up, you guys? Chelsea Briggs here at Billboard's Women in Music, and I am joined by our icon, Bonnie Raitt.
Thank you for having me. This is a wonderful night for me.
How does it feel to have that title? Do you feel like an icon?
No, I just feel glad to still be doing it 50 years on, but to get this kind of respect from my fellow women, and Billboard's been so great and always given so much great exposure, and more and more women behind the scenes at cameras and crews and executives. So, in my 50 years, I got a lot of things to celebrate besides myself.
Yeah. Well, if you could go back to your younger self and give your younger self advice, knowing what you know now about the industry, what would you say to young Bonnie?
Get more sleep.
Okay.
Get a really good lawyer. And just have a blast. Just take care of yourself and, make sure you're out there with really good people on the road, or it's not worth it.
When you look back at your career, what's like the one moment that stands out that was sort of that first like aha moment, like I made it in this industry?
Well, for me, probably this is a cliche, but to actually hear your first record on the radio and you pull over and go, my God, I made it. When you first hold it in your hand, that never gets old. And I got a new record coming out in 2 weeks, and I'm still so excited. It's number 21, and it's as if it's the first one.
Just like that. That's what it's called. We're very excited. I heard you wanted to stretch yourself on this album. What does that mean? How have you evolved and stretched yourself?
I wanted to write about some topics that I haven't covered before, and I wrote a couple of songs from kind of a story point of view, inspired in many ways by my friend John Prine. And then I did sort of a jazz-funk hybrid, which I had never really done. So I just did some different grooves and different topics, and, it's nice to be uncomfortable once in a while. Yeah.
Well, obviously, I Can't Make You Love Me, something to talk about, are two of the best songs of all time. I still listen to them. They're like on my Clean My House playlist. For you, when you sing those songs now, because they're so iconic, where do you go back in your head? What does it take you back to?
Oh, the beginning of love, when you're flirting with something to talk about, still kind of a sexy little, let's get on with it, And
still on stage, it brings you back to that.
Yeah, and then I Can't Make You Love Me. I sing it for... I was on both sides of that. I was the one that wasn't in love anymore and had to break somebody's heart, and I have had my heart broken. So for all those people out in the audience I know are going through it, I dedicate it to them.
Are you still amazed at how it's just there's such timeless songs?
Let's just say I didn't write them, so I'm very, very grateful that I was the first person they sent them to. So I probably have not made one trip to the airport where the SkyCap didn't say, remember SkyCap? When they would say, give me something to talk about, or that's the only song, men cried, I Can't Make You Love Me. I know. It's great.
Last question. I hear you always have a 5-year plan. Yeah. So obviously you're the Icon Award here today, but what is in your 5-year plan after this night?
Well, when you run a company, I have my own record company, and I have a band and crew, and they all have mortgages and families to support. So we have usually tour for a couple of years, and then I take a little time off and think of something new to write and make a record, work the record, do the artwork, the sets, the clothes, and then go back out for another 2 years. So hopefully I'll keep going. But then I'm already an icon, so I guess I can do whatever I want.
An icon and a gypsy, I would say.
That's true.
Always touring. Well,
yeah.
Congratulations tonight. So nice to meet you. I'm going to give you a hug. An icon. Have a good night.